Yo, what's up, guys? So I'm not going to be streaming with the video today, um, but sorry, hold on, guys. Let me just share this real quick. So you're not going to be able to see my beautiful face today, but we're still going to trade. So that's the most important thing, right? I'm just going to share this to Twitter quick or X so that people can see the stream real quick. Share, copy. Okay, guys, so in 5 minutes, we have that 8:30 news candle that I was telling you guys about. Live trading right now. Come join and hang. Okay, and let me just post a picture of it quick. Okay. So, yeah, my bread and butter setup, guys, is the 8:30 news candle. So, if you look at the economic calendar today, you can see that at 8:30 we have GDP that's coming out and unemployment claims. This happens every week, but GDP is pretty important, and it should create a big news candle. We do have a Fed chair at 9:20, so if we don't get a good setup today at 8:30, I am not going to be trading with a live account. I am going to log in here to an eval. Let me just quickly move that. I'm going to log on to an eval account, but I am trading this on a separate tab in a cash account. Today is definitely a day that I would trade with cash and with funded accounts. Okay, what was I doing here? Let me just make sure that it's not showing my screen. Hold on one second, guys. Okay, good. So I'm in Bangkok right now, and a high-rise apartment, and there's a crazy thunderstorm going on. I posted a video on X, but it's actually crazy. Like the lightning is unreal, and the noise is crazy. I don't know if it's picking up on the screen, but yeah, it's pretty insane. Hold on one second, guys. Sorry. We got 3 minutes, so we got some time before we have to do anything. I'm just trying to log into some accounts here. Should have done this earlier, but I've been swamped with work. Okay. That's that. All right, perfect. So we're logged in to Tradovate here. I've got, like I said, I have this open on other tabs. So I have a cash account going right now, and we also have a funded account. And then this tab that you're seeing here is eval. So let's just quickly look at the hourly. So I've been calling this for months now, guys, but this daily fair value gap, we've been adding to this position. When we were down here, when QQQ was down below 10% on sale of 10% discount, we were adding here. I added in this area. I took most of my profits at this internal high just in case that was a rejection zone, but now we are trading into the daily fair value gap. So my anticipation is today we're at minimum going to trade to the 50% level of the gap. So this is a quarter Fibonacci sequence, but if we just draw the 50% level, that comes out to 20,568. So what'll probably happen, I mean, if I had to guess, the 8:30 news candle that's coming out in literally 30 seconds, we should have a big pop up to here. If we don't, and we get a down move today, like maybe to the bottom of this daily fair value gap, we might potentially be able to get a setup. Another really good thing is if we maybe wick to this point right here, and we go down, you can take a long. First take profit would be the wick. Second take profit would be the 50% level of the gap. So that would be a really good setup as well. But now we just wait and see, guys. You never trade before news. I'm going to get this open. I only trade with one contract on an eval account. But yeah, let's see what we get here. So immediate wick, not the biggest wick. I was expecting a bigger move than that. Well, let's see what the candle forms here. Very, what's the word I'm looking for? Docile, I guess. Very docile move. Not a lot of movement here. Typically on 8:30 news candles, the wicks are much bigger. So immediately that tells me that this might not be a good sign for price action, but we'll have to see what plays out once the candle closes. Sometimes it happens the candle after, so like we might get a big candle on the next candle. Let's see if we formed any equal highs from that. So if we draw this out in time, nope, we took out London high there. Okay, so it looks a little bit better now. If we just continue to drop here, this wick isn't terribly sized. But my guess is that we might take out this liquidity now, maybe go down. If you look at the 15-minute chart, we do have a lot of liquidity down here, so we can draw out this sell side, right? Sorry, I have some stuff on my phone going on. We can draw out this sell side. We can draw out this sell side. These are two liquidity levels that we could target. We want to see these get taken out first to then drive us higher. Like I said, to that 50% level is my target for this, either today or tomorrow. We'll have to see. But that is what I'm currently looking at. So let's see what we get playing out here. We want to see this get taken out. Whoa. Yeah, very docile moves. Not going to lie. Let's look at the 5-minute here quick. Yeah, really not amazing stuff going on. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking now we're probably going to go down to this liquidity, if I have to guess. We took out buy side. We're inversing a 5-minute. Let's look at the 2 or the 3-minute and see if there's anything good. Not really, guys. Not a fan of this PA. And if you look at the candles that are forming here, it's pretty gross. I don't know why. Yeah, guys, I do not like what I'm seeing here. Again, my target is this 50% level, but if we don't get a good setup to get there, then I'm not interested. Like, even on the 5-minute, this is actually not the worst inverse, but we did take out this internal high, so it's invalid now. I wouldn't consider anything. So right now I have to sit aside. As you guys know, it's super important. Wait for a proper setup. If nothing presents itself, you don't trade. It's literally that simple, guys. Just that simple. Yo, Bob, what's up? Good morning, brother. Always good to see you in the chat, man. How's Tesla doing pre-market? Oh my goodness, 261. That's great. Sorry for screaming. This is liquidity that I marked, guys. It's buy side on the daily, most likely I marked it. Let's see where it came from. Maybe it was the hourly. 261 is an hourly pivot. 4 hour. Yeah, it's a 4 hour. It's a 4 hour. It's a 4 hour internal buy side. What a move there. Yeah, guys. So nothing that I like so far in NQ, to be honest. We had a very docile move, like I said, on the 8:30 candle. Look at this. Like, that's so just, there's nothing here. Normally, these candles make much bigger moves to the upside and downside, and then there's a setup. What could happen here is we take liquidity, we come down. Maybe we take out this liquidity that I pointed out here. So on the 5 and the 15. And then, like I said, my target is going to be the mean threshold of this daily fair value gap. This is what I've been calling out for months, like I said before. 50% is at 20,586. So on the 1 minute chart, I'm looking for some kind of a setup to get there. So right now, the only criteria that I would allow for is to take out this liquidity here, and then we could move up to buy side. But until that point, I'm not interested in taking anything. It's that simple. No. QQQ at 493. What a move on QQQ. That's crazy. Yeah, guys, nothing. There's really nothing so far. This is terrible price action. And we have the Fed member speaking today. Don't forget, guys. So it just could be morning chop and nastiness until that point. Definitely possible. Definitely possible. But yeah, this is very lackluster price action for what we should have gotten. Yeah, guys, I think we're going to sell side here. Definitely think we're going to sell side. But there is no setup for me to take. Absolutely nothing. So there's no reason for me to be in a trade, consider being in a trade. All right, let me get a drink quick, guys. This is boring as hell. All right, so yeah, nothing I see here, guys. This was that 8:30 setup, so honestly, we're probably gonna have to wait until market open, and at that point, I mean, Powell's gonna be speaking, so there's like absolutely no point in sitting here and watching it. But who knows? Let's see what happens. Maybe there'll be a crazy setup. I don't know. I don't think so, but did ES make a higher high? Let's look on the 1 minute quick. Was there a bullish or a bearish SMT? So there was a bearish SMT with ES on the 1 minute. But yeah, guys, we have to see what happens here. So we have a bearish 1 minute fair value gap right here. We're going to put it in purple. I always put IFEG in case it inverses, but doesn't have to. So two things can happen here. One is we're going to come into it and reject and go down to sell side. If we inverse this, we could potentially go back to buy side. And my target for the day is 20,568. That is the mean threshold of the daily fair value gap. Yo, if you guys are in chat right now, tell me who you are. What do you guys do? Are you day traders, long-term investors? I'm curious. We're waiting for a setup right now, so I want to know what you guys do. Okay, decent candle. But why do I not like this setup? What is not good about this? We didn't take out any sell side. We are bouncing from this bullish gap, right? But it's not like a very strong level of support in my opinion. Like it's not coming from anywhere anywhere significant in my opinion. So, I mean, I would probably rate this like a B setup. Maybe a C, honestly. But it could work, at least to target this internal high. But again, we're already moving so high above the fair value gap that the risk reward is getting a lot worse. You guys see what I mean? I do like that we delivered from here, but we didn't take out this sell side. And we already took out this internal high, so it makes everything less probable in my eyes. And again, we never closed above, so this trade is not valid. It's only valid once we close above, and at that point, the R is so shitty that it's not even worth taking. Yeah, I would never take this setup ever. And plus, once we hit this stopped move to break even, right? But the odds of it coming back and stopping us out are super high, so there's no point in taking this. Yeah, terrible price action so far this morning, guys. Nothing to take. Yeah, so your stop right now, Bob, your stop would be to break even. And you would get stopped out right here. Boom, like immediately stopped out. No point in taking the trade. It's just an inherent risk. A stupid risk that doesn't really ever give any reward. Worst case, I mean, if you really want to be risky here, you could put your stop as a close back below the IFBG. I wouldn't do that, but if you're like a high risk taker, you could, with the hopes that somehow we have a massive move up to this 50% level. I just think it's a stupid trade to take. But who knows? If we get some good movement in the, if we get some good movement at 9:30, then at market open, then we might be able to get a setup to this 50% level. But I'm not counting on it. Wow, Bitcoin's so close to that 65,000 mark. I think that might hit today, guys, just based on what I'm seeing. I mean, this wick is super important. If we look on the hourly, the 50% of this level is important. We could also wick above this high and then reject, but pretty decent likelihood that we see 65 in the next day, maybe today, probably tomorrow, possibly. Okay, guys, so this is actually not half bad of a 1 minute setup short, but I don't like that there's two fair value gaps. So not ideal, in my opinion. Also, we didn't take out full buy side, so be careful with this. Right, there's always a chance that we come up to this buy side first. But this is pretty death candle-y. I would have liked to have seen it close on one candle here, though. That would have been a nice signal to take short to internal lows. And then maybe take a partial here. I don't know why, but I've never been good at. So if we get a death candle below both of these fair value gaps, I would definitely say that this low is going to be targeted and this low is going to be targeted. So we're going to label this as sell side right now. Okay. Sell side liquidity. And we will label it as a 3-point font. But yeah, nothing good right now, guys. And again, today's price action might be really nasty in the morning because we have a Fed speaker. It's Powell speaking, and the market could be super choppy. So just be aware of that. Do not, I repeat. First of all, this 8:30 setup was trash. Nothing like what we normally get for this type of a day. So that immediately tells me that price action could be really bad at market open. And we know that that's probably likely because of the Fed speaker. So there's no reason to be trading this with size. No matter how tempting something seems to look, unless it's A+++ and you see that price is delivering efficiently, just avoid it. Trust me. It's so much better to save your capital than to just waste it on stupid days where price action is not good, where it's not favorable. Trust me. But I definitely think that this sell side can be hit. So if you really want, if there's a nice death candle on just on this candle, if it's a close below this fair value gap, you can target your stop to break even would be at this internal low, and then I would take profits at this sell side. So you could try that. So if you right now put your take profits at 20,479.25. That's a $375 win from here. So from down here, right, it's just a terrible R because of the size of these fair value gaps. It's like a 0.77. That's not worth it, in my opinion. Really not worth it. Bum 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 What a terrible 8:30 session, guys. For you in the United States that are waking up early for this shit. And you get this price action, that is terrible. I feel bad, I'm sorry. So terrible. Okay, guys, so possible that we go to this buy side now. If we get a nice 1 minute, maybe we can take that short, but it's not looking promising so far. This could be bullish all the way up to here, possibly. I mean, I'm not going to say for sure, but it's definitely possible. Our 8:30 high was already taken and 8:30 low was taken, so that's just crazy. Where's midnight? Why is midnight opening price not on my charts here? Oh, midnight is way lower. Midnight's all the way down here. Wow, I didn't even realize that. Sheesh, that is crazy. Okay, so we're getting some pretty bullish price action here. I don't trust this to go all the way up, but you never know. Tesla, how are we doing? Up above 261.87. That's crazy. Guys, I think Tesla is going all the way to 315. I think all this buy side is going to get taken out very soon. All this buy side. And then this is my ultimate target for Tesla. After that, I could care less. I think we'll probably trade into this daily, or this is a weekly fair value gap, where there'll probably be a little bit of resistance. But who knows? With this robo-taxi event, who knows what the hell is going to happen? I could care less. Tesla's a long-term hold for me. I'm not trying to trade this. And I will have blessings if we get a good move out of it. Wow, bullish move. Pretty bullish move out of the fair value gap there. And yeah, definitely possible that we go up to this high here, guys. Definitely possible that we go up to this high. Like I said, that is a target for me. But who knows if we get it today or not. I'd like to see some price action in the morning. Maybe we get a nice inverse long to it. Like if we get something like this. Right, we come up, come close to it, come down. And then we get some kind of an inverse here. And then from there, we get the inverse. You take it long from there and we get it to here. That's possible. Something like that. Okay, what did GDP come out at? I'm curious. GDP comes out as expected. Unemployment claims lower than expected. That's actually pretty bullish for the market. And GDP comes in line. So, interesting. Ooh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, guys, nothing that I like so far. How does this look on the purple charts? Yeah, there's nothing, like, nothing to really write home about here. We're pretty close to all-time highs on QQQ. We got $10 left to go. But yeah, guys, no tradable price action on NQ, unfortunately. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh. Mm. Mm. What a bad day to trade. There ain't nothing to trade. There's not even any inverses to the downside here, guys. And again, I couldn't take this long. Wow, this might just go, guys. This might go to our target. We could easily see a big move at open, which is in 30 minutes. But I couldn't take this. The RR was terrible. 830 high was taken. Right? Already it got taken. So why would I take a long? Especially when we had this obvious sell side here that was never taken. Tesla mooning. Wow, my Tesla longs have printed me more money than I think anything in a long time. Like in one day, one of my portfolios grew like 4% on Tesla moves. Unreal. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's take a look at AMD. That's one of the ones I've been holding for quite a while. Shopify I'm holding too, but that's a different story. Why is AMD? Oh, there's a semicolon or a slash there. AMD on the weekly. How are we looking? To be honest, I don't like this chart very much. This is a little bit sketchy to me. We're taking out buy side here. And we're trading into a bearish gap. Not a huge fan. Especially after we took out this buy side. In fact, I'm going to close my AMD right here. I'm in profit. And it's just definitely just not worth it to hold this stock, in my opinion. But do what you want, obviously. Do what you wish with it. But that is just me. I'd rather free up the capital. Definitely would rather free up the capital. Let's see if I can get the fill. Oh, whoops. Replace the order. Sell with AM. All right, AMD is officially sold. I'm out of that position, guys. Okay, let's look back at NQ here. Wow, what a terrible day, guys. I am so happy I'm not in the market right now. It's just beautiful because you know that there are going to be so many better days in the market to trade than this. Terrible PA. Not worth it at all. Like, just look at this, guys. 8:30 data candle taken, and the IFEG closes right next to the data candle high. That is such shitty PA. Terrible RR. Look at the... You would have gotten 1 point on this and then gotten stopped to break even. So not worth it. Yo, by the way, if you just joined the chat, who are you? I just started streaming. I want to know who's listening. Are you a day trader, long-term investor? Do you follow me on X? How did you find the stream? And he's gone. Oh, 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 oh. Yay! Hey, hey, hey. Banana. Okay, guys, we got, what, 25 minutes till open? So I'm really not doing much right now. Really not doing much at the moment. At the moment. Oh, this could have been the setup, guys. This little 1 minute that was so dumb could have been that setup to this internal, to the mean threshold, but can't be taking these trades, guys. Can't be taking these trades. There ain't no setup to it. Although, honestly, we might get it before market open. Could be possible, and then I will not be trading anything. Oh my god, Twitter is crazy, bro. I'm just watching. It's popped up a video of some horses doing interesting stuff to each other just randomly while I'm scrolling. That's too funny. Oh my goodness. Oh, guys, how annoying is it to watch this go without you? This was the setup right here, but was not good enough for me to take it. And now I have to watch the price go without me. Let's draw out standard deviations quick. We'll go from the low to the high, or I forget if it's low to high or high to low. Where's the standard retracement fibs? Okay, it's the opposite. So if you take it low to high of this leg, it's between the 1.5 and the 2 standard deviations. I want to extend this line. Can I extend it right? Yeah, okay. And then we're going to say, whoops. Okay, and then we're going to save drawing as retracement fibs. And we're going to replace it. So we're about to hit the 1 standard deviation, but not quite yet. Should we just take a fun little scalp to the 1 standard deviation at 25.35 for a quick $45? I think we do it, guys. If we get a retracement before we touch it. If we get a candle like below, like maybe to here, I'll take it. For fun, guys. This is an eval account, remember, so. I still have to protect it, but I'll put a sell stop right there. No! See, people that see the first red candle, they go short. Let's see if I get anything out of it. I'm up $5, guys. Again, this is an eval account and I'm bored as hell right now. But I think we go up to the 1 standard deviation at minimum, so I will take a scalp to there. Just for fun. And I'm moving my stop to break even right now, in case we reject. Because we did it. We went 1 tick. But hopefully I get something out of this. And stopped out. For break even, of course. All right, we still haven't hit the 1. We're about to hit it. Are we going to leave triple equal highs here? There's no way. Oh, there we go. So there's the 1 standard deviation, guys. Now we could easily go to 50% of this range, right? So if we draw from this candle to this candle and we make the 50% Fibonacci, this is easily the spot that we could go to here for rebalancing. Okay, so we just hit the 1 standard deviation, guys, but I do think that we're going up to 2568. I would ideally like to see some kind of a retracement of 50% and then an IFEG to take it up there, but I don't know if I'll get it, but it is what it is, right? It's not the end of the world. Yo, by the way, if you guys are in chat, I know Bob has explained to me who he is, but if you're in chat, let me know how you found the stream, what you do if you're a long-term trader, if you're an investor, day trader. I'm curious to know what you guys do and how you found the stream. But if you're just joining, I'm looking to target on NQ. This is futures trading, but I'm looking to target the 50% level of the daily fair value gap at 2568. And so far, the only good setup was this inverse fair value gap, but I didn't take it because I didn't think it was good enough. And I think we could possibly just get up moves all the way up to market open. But I'm looking for some kind of an IFEG to go up to this mean threshold. That is my primary target on the day. It might be difficult to get there, but yo, if you're in chat, what do you do? Are you a day trader? There's only I know Bob's in here, but the other person, are you a long-term investor, day trader, both? Do you even watch the stock market? How did you stumble across the stream? I'm curious. So guys, 50% retracement might happen here from this high to this internal, now currently high of day. And then once we get a retracement to here, then I could potentially get the long that we're looking for up to this 50% level. Bob, I know that you're a day trader. I know. You literally hear every single time I stream, Bob's here. He's loyal. But for the other persons in chat, unless you're a bot, which you probably are, honestly, unless you're a bot, what do you do related to the stock market? Are you do you like to watch it? Or do you actually trade it actively? What's your situation like? Do you follow me on X? Curious how you found the stream. Or I can just talk to myself. That's fine too. So there is a tiny fair value gap here. I'm not even sure if it is, to be honest. Maybe on the 32nd. But not worth taking, in my opinion. Could easily get a retracement here, guys. And then continuation up until open. We have 50 minutes till market open, so 15 minutes till market open. And again, guys, if you look at the economic calendar, very important if you're a day trader to look at this. I woke up early, or you guys woke up early. I'm in Thailand, so that's a little bit different. But we woke up early for this 8:30 data candle setup. It was very lackluster, not a good setup at all. And then at 9:20, which is in 5 minutes. Oh, wow. It's so hard for me to keep up with the time zones because I'm Indochina and this is Eastern time. So in 5 minutes, Powell starts speaking. I would be super cautious today, guys. Super cautious. Price action can be extremely, I mean, it's always manipulated, but it's easily calculatably manipulated most of the time. But this can be really bad. When there's a Fed chair speaker like this, you have to be super duper careful with your trades. I am trading on a live account today, but again, there was no good setup for me. This did technically work, but the RR was just terrible, not worth it for me. And yeah, so if I get a good setup, I'll take it on eval, but at this point of the day with Powell speaking in 5 minutes, it's not worth it for me to trade on a cash or a funded account, only an eval account. Guys, I'm going to ask again, if you're in the chat, what do you guys do? Are you day traders, investors? I know Bob's a day trader. He tells me that every single time he joins my stream. But if you came across this stream, is it because you follow me on X, or are you a subscriber on YouTube, or what do you do? Or you might just be a bot, like I said. Okay, so we're about to get that 50% retracement. Should I take a little scalp? We just took out this internal sell side. Should I scalp it for fun if we get a retracement up to like this internal high? Take profit would be at 25.2350, and stop loss would be at 25.3525. So it'd be 130 risk, 125 risk for $110 loss. Again, this is stupid trading. I would never take this on a real account. But I mean, maybe it's worth to take. I don't know. I wouldn't take it, guys. Just tape read. But I want to see a 50% retracement here. You have to be disciplined, okay? Don't just take garbage trades to take a garbage trade. I don't know why, but I've never been good at goodbyes. And I've never told no bad lies. I swear that I'm stuck in denial. I said that you know it well, but I've never been good at goodbyes. And I've never told no bad lie. Okay, guys, I'm in this short for fun. Tiny stop loss, tiny take profit. Probably going to get stopped out on it, but it's just fun right now. On an eval account. On an eval. Yeah, we're on an eval, yeah. We're probably going to get stopped out right now. For $100, big whoop. So if we basically would need to see this be the high here, and we need to see big selling pressure from this point. So I'm actually going to move my stop to the high here, and I would not want to see it come back there if we're going to see a miniature sell program down to the 50% retracement, which is possible, but again, I'm not putting any faith in it. Fully expecting to take a loss here. Once we get down to the 50% level of this wick, I'll move my stop to break even. In fact, I'm going to do it right about now. I'd rather just see it completely go, and I'd rather just get stopped out rather than dealing with any of this nonsense. Okay, guys, I'm moving my stop down here. Let's see how this candle closes. All right, guys, I'm locking in at least $40 here. But I'll probably get stopped out for a decent profit, but oh, what just happened? Limit order canceled. Did it just... Why did I just lose my... What the heck? Guys, did you see that? Evil Head Drixie. I'm a day trader. Followed you on X. Let's go, bro. What do you trade? Are you a day trader? Like, I mean, are you a futures trader or a stock trader or both? Evil Head Drixie. Did you guys see that on my eval account? I had my limit order filled. Maybe I have to look back at the replay. But I had my limit order for a take profit at 25,350 and it filled me way before. I don't know what that was all about. That was really weird. Evil Head Drixie, I don't see any new fault. Oh, hold on. Market Victor, is that you? No. Cheryl, no. Evil Head Drixie, I don't see. Evil Head Drixie. I have no idea, bro. But anyways, are you a futures trader or what kind of trading do you do? I'm trading Forex. Forex and NASDAQ. Oh, sick, bro. So you trade NQ? Or do you like ES better? What just happened? Okay, I have to check back at this, guys. Hold on one second. Cores Forever. Do I follow you, bro? I want to follow people that watch. Cores Forever. Oh. All right, let me follow you, bro. Yeah, bro. I love to follow people that trade, especially futures. I think that's really dope. That I wanna connect with people that do that because there's not in real life. There's not a lot of people that you meet that I come across that that trade futures or stocks in general. I'm in Thailand. I was at a like a fine dining restaurant yesterday. I met this 73-year-old guy, and he asked me what I do. Just like a random old guy started talking to me in the restaurant, and I told him that I trade stocks, and he called me a degenerate gambler, and I told him I'm a calculated risk taker. Evil Drexel says, I prefer NQ. Yeah, bro. NQ moves way better than anything else. NQ, I used to trade ES a lot, but I don't know what happened. It just got so slow. And NQ, I think the stop loss, when you're trading for break-even stops, especially if you trade the IFEG model like I do, the stop, you can get a lot more movement out of your trades. Your stops are very, like the space between ticks is a lot lower, so you can be a lot more precise with your trades. ES is a little bit bigger of a gap per tick, so it's a little harder to trade in my opinion. Yeah, I don't know what happened, guys, with my I don't know what happened with my Tradebait here. Let me check something. Yeah, it was super weird. I had a short, and I was looking for that 50% retracement, and it wrecked me. Yeah, Evil Head, I use IFEGs. That's my main model. And my win rate is pretty high, but I get stopped at break even quite a bit. I have about a 60% win rate. I get stopped on about 30% of trades, and then about 10% are losses. But I've been trading IFVGs for a long time, and when I was new to them, that average is also coming from some of my trades when I was newer to IFVGs. And so I think my average is probably higher than that now, but, you know, I have to still take into account since the time that I was profitable using them. Are you trading today, Evilhead? Are you live trading, or do you have a prop account, or how do you trade? Do you have a cash account? And do you trade on a day like today when Powell's going to be speaking? I mean, he's speaking right now, I'm pretty sure. I'm Indochina time, so I'm not 100%, but I think if I look at the calendar, I believe it's 9:20 Eastern time now. So I think he is talking. This is not a terrible IFEG. It's not terrible, and you could target this high, okay? So guys, this is not terrible. But again, if you run the standard deviations that I was talking about earlier, so I use standard deviations as well. We did already touch the 0.5. I do want to see the one. Wow. Wait, what? Is it the 1.5 here? The negative 1.5 standard deviation is like to the tick to that 50% of the daily fair value gap. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, dope. You have a cash account. You trade before 10 a.m. I stop trading after 10. I don't trade news. Okay, smart, bro. I think that's pretty smart. But yeah, I think this is not terrible. I'd give this probably, I don't know, a 6.5, 7 out of 10. Just because we already had a big push up, we might have more manipulation before we continue higher. But my main targets are going to be the 1 standard deviation. Did I draw this right? Yeah, I did. My main targets will be the 1 standard deviation and the 1.5 standard deviation. I like that, Evilhead. That's smart. Keeping it simple, you have a setup. London session gives good trades. That's why. I 100% agree. I think this is my theory. New York session, obviously it's the most popular trading session, but I think there's a lot of extra manipulation. If you just take a good IFEG setup during London or wait for liquidity to get taken during London, I think the moves are a lot more one-sided. There's a lot less chop and stop losses that get taken out in London session than in New York. That's just what I've experienced. And the tough part is, for me, I live in Los Angeles most of the time. So for me, London session is super early, and I hate taking that setup. I mean, I love taking the setup, but I hate waking up that early, and my mind is all foggy. And my favorite setup is 8:30 news. So if you have an 8:30 data candle, you target the wick, the higher the low. And that's also good because it's before New York session begins, at least for me. New York session, I consider the start at market open. Did we just make equal highs? No, we didn't. So yeah, that's why it's so good for me, because I consider it London session at 8:30. I do basically midnight to 6 a.m. is my London session, and then 6 a.m. onwards. Sorry, I would say midnight to 6 p.m., 6 a.m., and then 8:30 is like kind of like that in between threshold. That's not quite New York yet, so I'll trade that. I live in New Jersey, so yes, it's early. You guys are Yeah, it's still early for you. I think you're 3 hours ahead of me in New Jersey, but still, it's still early. For me, it's 8:30 data candles are 5:30 a.m. for me. 8:30 Eastern. Wow, look at this down move, guys. And we finally took out sell side that I was looking for. So we could potentially get a long setup from here. But I don't know. I think the targets, the draws here will probably be these sell sides on the 15. If you guys look right here, these look like they're begging to be taken. On the 5, not really any obvious inverses. Three-minute. So if we get, let's see here. I think we're going to this sell side right now, guys. If we get this 1 minute fair value gap to inverse, you could take this. Okay, I actually like this a lot. So you could take it with a stop as a close below. Your stop to break even would be at this internal high. And then your take profit would be here. This is a little bit riskier of a trade because of the nature of today and Fed speakers. But this is definitely a possible trade to take. But I would only take this if we got either of these sell sides taken first. What's Tesla doing right now? Let's look at Tesla on the 1 minute. Trading at 260, right? Yep. Bitcoin super close, so I would expect maybe us to get a trade up into 65 right now. Sell side's getting taken. Yeah, you know it, Chorus. Yeah, I appreciate you reaching out, bro. I always love to follow people that trade futures. And like, I would never have seen you if you didn't chat. So I appreciate that, bro. Good to connect. But yeah, so I want to see this fair value gap get inverse potentially for a setup on an eval account because, like I said, this 8:30 setup was what I was looking for. It wasn't great. And my target is going to be the 50% of this gap. But if this trade fails, guys, first of all, we didn't take out this liquidity yet, so I don't like it just yet. But if this trade fails, I am done for the day. It tells me that price action is going to be nasty with Fed speakers, and yeah, even though it's an eval account, I'm still not willing to just blow an account like that for no reason. I'd rather it. I respect every dollar that I earn and every dollar that I spend. And so I would rather just trade it efficiently. It's the most degen that I'll be because it's eval. Like I said, it's the least important. But it's still an important account. And you don't want to take stupid trades because even though it doesn't really matter, the account doesn't matter, your habits matter. And if you're taking stupid trades on an eval, you're going to take stupid trades in real life with cash accounts. So yeah, I want to see sell side get taken here, ideally on the 15. And then if we get a really bullish reaction above this fair value gap, we will move stops to break even here for a free trade. And then take profits will be at the 50% level of the daily fair value gap. And ideally what I want to see here too, this is the bottom of this daily fair value gap. So I don't want to see us go much lower than that. The biggest I'd allow is to midnight and then maybe look for a long, but let's see where there's new week opening gaps here. Why are my new week opening gaps not showing up? What the heck? Is my internet lagging? Oh, there we go. Okay, so we don't really have any new week opening gaps until 20,200, so that's way lower. Okay, guys, both of those sell sides got taken. So now we can potentially anticipate a reversal. Let's look at the 4 hour. We could also come down into the 4-hour gap, by the way. I'm going to label this as a standard fair value gap. Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na. So we didn't enter the 4-hour gap yet. By the way, the 50% level of this gap could also be a draw, potentially. But we took out both sell sides, so I'm going to get rid of these. In fact, I'm going to actually mark the last one, just so we have it here. But I don't really like this as sell side. It's not. This is not typically where we get a reversal from this type of sell side. I would expect us to go lower here, guys. Even potentially to midnight, but who knows? This is somewhat low risk. But I wouldn't trust it, guys. From my experience, yeah, I don't like this for longs right now. I don't know how to explain it, but when we've had bullish price action for so many days and days, and we finally trade into the liquidity that we've been looking for, which is in this case the daily, it becomes a little bit more difficult to trade these, especially when there's Fed speakers. Yo, if Kors, if you're still in here, do you are you trading live today? I forgot what you said. Okay, guys, this is it. I don't know. I'm torn. I don't like this personally. We didn't trade into the 4-hour for value gap yet, which I think should be balanced at some point. So I wouldn't take this 1 minute. I mean, it'll probably be a free trade up to this internal high, but just from my experience, I'm not a fan. Yeah, I mean, it could be a free trade up to here, but again, knowing what days like today are like, especially when we trade into a daily FEG, and Fed speakers, yeah, I wouldn't trade this. I wouldn't trade this specific PA with a live account. Yeah, that's smart, Kors. Paper trade all the way, bro. This just looks like manipulation to me, trying to generate liquidity to the long side for us to just dump again into the 4-hour gap. That's what I am seeing right now. But again, I've seen too many times where we get this, it seems too good to be true, and then we just keep dumping because the liquidity has not been taken that needs to be taken. So we could easily just inverse this 1 minute again, make new lows, trade into the 4-hour gap. Seen it happen too many times. Yeah, Kors, I agree, bro. I think we're going lower here. Look at that, guys. See that? Generated liquidity. All these long traders got in, got smoked. We're going to trade into the 4-hour gap. Let's see if I can get a scalp here. 20. What's the high of the 4-hour? 2417. Whoops. 2417.75. What could I get for that? 160. Wow, we just missed it. Yeah, we're taking out the 4 hour, guys. RR is terrible, so I would never take this, but I mean, if you really want to try a scalp to get like a few ticks, then you might as well just try it if you want on an eval. Let's see if there's any draws on the 15 even. No. Let's look on the 5 minute. Yeah, there's really not any obvious liquidity. So this 5 minute actually looks pretty good now, though. I ain't gonna lie. This 5 minute looks nice. Up to the 50% level. So if we get a 5 minute inverse, this could be a good long. As long as we close close to the top of the fair value gap. If we close like way up here, it's not as good, but still might be decent. We have macro times coming up too. We have a macro time at 9:50. Core says it has to go lower. I know how the price go. We all think we know how the price goes, but I have to agree with you in this case. I think that we are probably going to go lower here. But I can't short when we're this low. I just can't. But if we inverse this right here, I think that the algorithms are going to spool price back up to the internal high. And then maybe try and get us to rebalance the 5 before going lower. That's also a potential. So what I will do, guys, actually, I'll take this. If we get a 1 minute close here with strength, I will take a long with my profits at 2465.25. How about that? 2465.25. Wow, that's a $600 move from here. That shows you how big the price action is today. The candles are huge. But yeah, if we get this to inverse, these two fair value gaps on one candle, preferably, maybe two, I'll take a quick scalp up to here. So the thesis behind that is that if we're bearish from here, we want to at least rebalance the 5. If we're bullish or bearish, we'd still want to come back and retest this 5 minute fair value gap. Cores, what do you think, bro? If you have to bet, are we going to hit the 4 hour fair value gap below first or the 5 minute fair value gap above? If you had to guess, are we going down here first or are we going up here first? Anyone else in the chat can guess too. Do you think we're going down to the 4 hour fair value gap first or the 5 minute fair value gap? Okay, so the decent sign so far. Oh, we're wicking. Are we going to go down? Okay, so far it's a wick, but... Ah! Also, something interesting to note, I'm going to go back to it in a second, but we do have a 50% retracement at 20,301. Oh, guys, we're wicking here. So this could easily be a long scalp. I think it might just be, honestly. Should we try it here? Ah, it's so tempting. Stop loss would be at, I would do 24.26. 24.26. So that would be a $385 loss and a $390 win. Yeah, guys, I think we're going back up here. But it's so tough to trade these things, guys. So tough to try and trade this with Fed chair speaking. Yeah, but of course, I was saying, which do you think hits first? You think that we're going to go to the 4-hour FEG first? I think you might be right based on this candle, but let's see. Also, guys, if you like the video, it helps other people see it. And also, don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed. It really helps me get more views, which is important. But this is a 1-minute order block that we're forming here, guys. So this could potentially be where we get the long back to the 5-minute FEG. I might try this if we get a 1-minute close very close to the order block. If we get one candle that closes above the 1-minute order block and the fair value gap, I'll take it long to here. To 2465.25. But if we don't get it, we don't get it. I think we're probably going to go down now. We just inversed a I think it's a 30-second. I need to get the 30-second chart, guys. All right, so we just balanced. We just touched into the 4-hour FEG. Now, if we get a bullish candle here, I would expect that 5-minute to get rebalanced. But who knows? I think we could just easily have sells from here. But let's see what happens. The beautiful part is we don't have to predict price. We can wait for candles to form, and we can make a trade decision based on those candles. How many pips? How many pips for what? I was confused between pips and ticks. I think pips is for Forex, no? I use points. I just use points. So like from this scalp that I'm going to take, we're going from 24.50 to 24.65 is a 15-point trade. I don't know what... I know pips... ICT always talks about pips and ticks and this and that, but I just use points. That's the basic measurement for me. So guys, if we get some bullish candles, if we get some bullish price action above this fair value gap, I will take a very quick scalp. Maybe take profits at this internal high, to be honest. That's where I think liquidity is resting. So let's see what we get here. That'll also be a change in structure on a low time frame, which to me signifies that liquidity to buy side is meant to be taken out. And we're also entering the 950 macro now, which can signal a reversal, or it can signal continuation of the current trend. But right now, because I'm looking for a reversal, this time zone is when I could expect that move to occur, if that makes sense. How many pips do I aim for? Of course, I don't aim for any tick level. I don't aim for a certain price, a certain profit for the day. My targets are purely based off of liquidity. So in this case, my profit is just based on what the move will give me. I look for good RR setups, minimum 1-to-1, of course. And then if the setup gives me a potential of 100 points, I take 100-point trades, with obviously partials in between. But I aim for at least a 10-point trade at minimum. I don't really scalp less than 10 points. How about you? What do you aim for as far as like pips or points or ticks or whatever you use? Yeah, I thought so. Pips for Forex. The thing I don't like about Forex is the spreads. Like, I've heard that you can get your stops can get wrecked because of the spread difference between trades. I feel like NQ is a lot more precise. But I'm curious how many pips you aim for or points you aim for your trades. So guys, we just entered the 4-hour FEG macro again, and a bearish fair value gap holding price down. So I would potentially look for a 1-to-1 trade here if we get it. Take profit would be at this internal high, and stop loss would be at a 1-to-1 basically. Kors, do you have a YouTube channel? You make videos too, or you just watch? I have an Instagram. If you go to my X account, there's a link tree. There's a link tree where you can see I have a TikTok and an Instagram, but I don't really use them yet. But you should, if you could follow me, that would be good. I'm trying to post on those as well, but primarily YouTube and Twitter are my two big ones. All right, so I like this candle so far in the macro, guys. So I'd want to see a close above, and then we could take the 1-to-1 trade if we get it. It's looking like a good sign so far, but again, this is also that sell side liquidity. So this can be acting as resistance to continue us down. We need to see strong pressure above this sell side that was taken out. And we're in a macro time. So macro times, if you guys didn't know, are algorithmic time zones where price moves more efficiently. So we would want to see either trend continuation from this macro or reversal. And so this is when I look to trade in these macro times. 950 to 1010 is a very potent time in the markets, and it's where price moves. Horse forever, fair enough. 20 points. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, bro. 20 points is good. I mean, 20 points can be a killing. If you can get 20 points a day, you can literally retire. You don't have to work any job whatsoever. And yeah, I am a full-time trader, but I do real estate. So in Los Angeles, I do real estate flips. I own a marketing company, and we find like fixer-upper houses that need a lot of work. Like if you ever see those house flipping shows, I find those deals, and then I work with an investor who flips them, and we split the profits on the deals. And then I have some equity, very small equity in some apartment complexes from a marketing deal that I found a while back. But yeah, so primarily income comes from day trading, selling options, and future and flip income. Futures is by far more accurate. Forex is a lot of manipulation, and yes, spreads can wreck you. Yeah, I don't get why people trade Forex. I never understood it. Forex and gold, to me, I don't know, gold for whatever reason behaves terribly. And Forex, I never get it. Like, what is the incentive to trade it versus futures? Is it just, I think people just get into it because they hear about Forex trading and then they just don't know any better. Low-key guy, so studying and trying to become better. For sure, bro. That's the way to do it. Okay, guys, this looks like it could potentially set up for a good long, but we're not seeing the move that we need to yet. There is a lot of LRLR, so this is another ICT concept, low resistance liquidity, that's being built up here that eventually is going to get taken out because there's all these people that are short and they're profitable winning the shorts, and they need to get stopped out before continuation. So keep out for this LRLR as well. Low resistance liquidity run is what this is called. So low resistance liquidity combined with a macro time, combined with this IFVG, really good setup for at least a scalp up to these internal highs, right? This internal high is the take profit on this trade. Entry will be close to the top of this fair value gap. Yo, if you guys are in the chat, let me know how you found me. Are you guys day traders? Do you follow me on X? Are you just long-term investors? What do you do? Thanks, Cores. I appreciate that, bro. Do you do anything apart from trading, Cores? Or are you a full-time trader? I know you're learning, but did you go all in on trading, or do you have a job on the side? So there is 13 minutes left in the macro, right? So we need to see this bullish move within the next 13 minutes. And knowing this type of day with Powell speaking, we could easily just get some random candle to do it without getting a chance to enter. Definitely possible, but... yeah, this is... I'm sorry, but this is one of the worst days for NQ. It's really not good price action, not good delivery. Really sorry that you guys have to deal with this. Gold can make you the richest person ever, or drive you insane and make you broke. Yeah, so true, bro. I do know some traders that are really good at trading gold. To be fair, it has never worked for me. I've tried it a few times, and the win rates, the success for me is just far better with NQ. So I prefer it. All right, so we're just potentially breaking this trend line here, guys, the trend line traders. But we need to see a close above it, right? And then we want to see a big candle to close above this fair value gap to take the scalp. Right? And again, we'd want to see it happen within the macro. Okay, so decent move so far. But you want to see a strong close on this candle, right? And we want to see a shift in structure, right, guys? Before we took a trade. Let's go, Cores, full-time trader. I love it, bro. How old are you? I'm 27, for those of you guys who are wondering. I'm about to turn 28. All right, so we just got the retest of the trend line for all you retail traders out there. But the real confirmation for this will be a close above the fair value gap. That's the only way I would take this trade. Because this could just easily be a manipulation. And then they just dump it continuation. All in, nothing else. Looking to meme coins as well. Oh, Cores, don't go into the meme coins, bro. The meme coins will wreck you. The meme coins will wreck you, bro. You have to be so cautious with those. If you're gonna gamble with meme coins, do it with a small percent of your account. Prove to yourself that you can trade it, and then grow that small amount of money into a large amount, and then withdraw most of it, and then use the rest to degen. All right, guys, this looks like a good sign right now for longs. We just need to see a close above this 1 minute. And knowing Fed Chair Powell talking, the algorithms will probably spool price just ridiculously high and not allow us to get an entry, but let's see what we get. Yes, people that only trade gold and they are successful, especially using prop firms. Yep. See this, guys? So we took out this internal high. Oh, no, did we leave equal highs here? Oh, this could be good. Wait, are these equal? Did we take it? No. Look at this, guys. We took out this liquidity by 1 tick. That is algorithmic price action right there. So if we dump here, we are probably just going to go to midnight, which is this level right here, and the 50% of the move, which is at 20,370. Yeah, this looks really bearish. I am not going to lie. Really bearish. I've seen this type of move before where we just consolidate and we chop, and then we get a big down close candle. So like we might get inducement for traders long here, and then big close down to generate more liquidity. How is it looking on the 5? Okay, I'm going to get rid of this trend line. Yeah, we still have this 5 minute. But yeah, guys, this is not looking good. I think... Yeah, I think we're going down to the 50%, that 20,301 level. I mean, maybe we get the long first, but I don't know. It's not looking great to me. Let's see what we get. Guys, this is the importance of patience, right? I'm only taking one trade today. I took one little scalp just for fun, but I'm only going to take one full-size trade, and this is that trade. It's a 1-for-1 scalp. If I get it, great. If I don't, I'm not trading. It's that simple. This is how patience works, and this is why most people are not profitable, because they can't sit through this price action right now without clicking a button. And if you're clicking a button anywhere in all of this, you're getting destroyed. And we know not to trade this because there's no... Look at these candle formations. You're just getting chopped. You want to see efficient delivery of price. If you don't see efficient delivery, you don't trade. Simple as that. Super boring, but it is what it is. It's 10:03. We got 7 minutes left of the macro. So my guess is we don't see anything in this macro, and then right afterwards we don't. But who am I to know? This is just out of screen time what I've seen in the past. Kors, do you sell options at all, or do you just trade? Selling options is one of my primary forms of income. So selling options is probably 30% of my income. Swing trades is about 40%, maybe 50%. Specifically on indexes, and then a few different stocks, and then probably 20% of my income comes from day trading. Yo, if you guys are in the chat, let me know what you do. If you're a long-term trader, long-term investor, day trader, if you trade futures, forex, stocks, I'm curious what you guys do and how you found this stream. But Kors, I want to know if you sell options at all, because that's one of the best, at least for me, it's one of the best forms of income that I generate. And swing trading, obviously. And if you're just tuning in, we have all this low resistance liquidity here. We're in a macro, fair value gap here. We're looking for a close above it to take a long, but if we don't get it, we don't get it. But right now it's looking like we are aiming for 50% of the last leg, which is at 20,370. That seems to be the draw right now. And in fact, I think we might have some big down close candles right now to it. Oh! Look at that. I literally call the candle as it happens. I don't know how I do it, but it's just screen time. It's literally just knowing this exact formation. This happens occasionally, and based on structure that we balance the daily fair value gap, it just like lit up in my eyes. Now, here is something that I want to say, okay? If, before we get to this 50% level, if we somehow form a really nice IFVG right here, okay, and then we trade back above it, right? We come down to 50% and then we close above it, then you could take a really nice long up to this internal buy side, which is the 5-minute FVG too. So two situations here, guys. A 1-for-1 scalp if we get a close above the 1 minute. Or if we get a really nice, I mean, this wick destroyed the chances of a fair value gap here, but if we somehow get a nice fair value gap anywhere in this general area, then we can take a long back up to this internal buy side, which is the 5 minute. Well, it's inside of the 5 minute fair value gap, but you can take a partial here if you want. But I think we're going down to the 50% here, guys. I think this is a fake wick trying to induce traders to go long, and they're just going to close below it to the 50% level of the leg. Yo, if you guys are in the chat, let me know what you guys what you do as far as the markets. Are you a futures trader? What did Core say for went lower? What did I ask again? No, I don't understand selling options. Bro, I'll teach you one of these days if you want. It's dope. But you do need a lot of capital. That's the issue. Like, you have to be able to buy 100 shares of a company to sell a put against it, or to sell a cash secured put, and then you'd have to own 100 shares to sell a covered call. So that's the barrier to entry is capital and education, of course. You have to know about it. But you would have explained it to me. Yeah, I'm not going to do it right now because it's kind of complicated, but just know, like, you need to have 100, you need to have the capital to buy 100 shares of a company, essentially. And once you have that capital, you can collect premium on the shares or on the contract based on time. Time is what pays you out based on selling options. Okay, guys, so again, we're just closing low here. Honestly, I think we're going to dump here down to 50%. But I can't short here. It's too low. But I think we're probably just going to trade down here. 30% options, 50% swings. So the option selling is where I make 30% of the income. I collect premium for selling puts against companies that I want to own, like Tesla, Amazon, Apple. I don't really sell puts on Apple anymore. And then when I own 100 shares, I sell covered calls against my position to collect income on it. It's really hard to explain. Core says lower. It's going lower, bro. We're going to this 50% level. The algorithms know this is what the market is designed to do. It's purely based on mathematics. This is a 50%. Wait, 2370. Oh, this is the mean threshold of the 4-hour gap. Sorry. The 50% level of the 4-hour leg is at 2301. So I think we're going even lower than that. I think we're going all the way down here. I think any push up here is going to get sold off. Unless we get a miraculous bullish candle here, then we're going back up to buy side. But I'm inclined to believe that this daily fair value gap is going to act as resistance. And we're going to go down. Course, bro, you know what you're doing, bro. You understand price action, I think, for the most part. I mean, you must understand price action if you're full-time trader, so. Bro, I sold all my QQQ at 487, 490, I think 491 for my QQQ swing, and I'm all out of my position. That was a really nice trade for me. So yeah, I think, hold on, let me look at are there any new week opening gaps here? No, they're not. I think this daily fair value gap now is going to act as resistance and bring us down to this 50% of the 4-hour gap. I think it's going to take us down to midnight, and I think eventually we're going to target 20,301, which is the 50% retracement of the 4-hour leg, which comes from a Fibonacci retracement from this low to this high. That's where I think we're going. But again, before that happens, the algorithm could stop out shorts. There's lots of shorts resting above this high, this high, this high, this high, and this high. And this is a 5-minute fair value gap. So we could have a freak candle, in which case I will take a long scalp up to this internal high. Yes, want to learn options right now. How much cash you need to begin? Well, it depends on what company you want to sell options on. So like, for example, I sell puts on Tesla, but to own 100 shares of Tesla right now, you need, I think, what is Tesla trading at 260? So you need 26 grand to sell one options contract on Tesla. But I collect on that 26 grand, I can collect between $600 to $1,000 a month just off of a $26,000 investment, which is really good. Annualize that, that's a $12,000 return a year on a $26,000 investment. That's a 50% return a year. That's crazy. And also, if I'm selling, I sell multiple options contracts. So sometimes I'm selling three contracts, three Tesla puts. So I'm using $70,000 of capital for that investment. So you're locking up $70,000 of capital for about a month. Depending, you can sell short-term puts too if you want. But okay, guys. So we're now testing the top of this 4-hour fair value gap and the bottom of the daily fair value gap. So this could easily be where we continue lower. If you're in the chat, let me know what you guys do. Are you day traders, long-term investors? Do you follow me on X? How did you find this stream? I'm really curious. I know Bobby sells options. Cora's is a day trader. Hold on, guys. Sorry. So this could be bullish here. We might see a freak candle here with liquidity. Bobby Paris. Yo, I'm looking to sell covered calls right now on Tesla. Good idea? No, I don't think so at all. I think Tesla's going to have an even bigger run up. Okay, so I'm going to move off of NQ quick, guys, to show you this. If you look at Tesla on the weekly chart, we have so much low resistance liquidity that has been building for years. Look at all this liquidity. We have this crazy robo-taxi event that's coming on October 10th, and I think at minimum we're going to this daily fair value gap and this buy-side liquidity at 314.67. I'm very confident that we get to this point in the near future. I would not be selling calls on Tesla. Once we get up to this level, I will be selling calls on Tesla. Why? Because at that point, there might be some resistance. I can collect some good premium. I have a lot of Tesla shares, so I'm okay with giving some away. You can also roll your covered calls higher if you'd like. And yeah, I'll sell like 0.3 delta covered calls so that I still have a lot of room to go. And worst case, I sell my Tesla shares for a lot higher than the current price would be. So it's a win-win-win. So yeah, Bob, I would say no, do not sell covered calls right now on Tesla. In my opinion, do what you want, but I don't think it's a good idea. Okay, guys, we're rejecting from the 4-hour fair value gap and daily. Top of the 4, bottom of the daily. But again, just not a good time to be taking any trades here unless we see a good candle. Just crazy how slow price action has been today. Lots of low resistance liquidity building, though. So I want to see this get taken eventually. And this would be the target. Bama. Bana. Da-na-na, na-na-na, na-na-na-na-na-na-na, banana, na-na-na, banana-na-na-na-na. $50% every year is great. It's not bad, bro, but it is risky, right? You don't want to be using all of your capital on it because you can potentially get assigned. So if you sell 3 contracts on Tesla, you're locking up $70,000 of capital. you might be forced to buy 300 shares of Tesla. And now what happens if Tesla dumps 50% from where it's at now? You're all of a sudden you're down 50% on 70 grand. You're down $35,000. Now, it's a win-win because you own the shares, so you're not losing anything. If you want to own the company long term, then it's good for you. But you have to keep in mind that there is inherent risk with selling puts because you can potentially get assigned on those options, and that is where the risk comes in. So only sell puts on companies you want to own, and only at an amount that you can afford. You don't want to lock up all your capital in a company and then get destroyed. So you have to be careful. But it's a higher risk play, but it's also high reward. And if you're comfortable with a company and you want to own it long term, like Tesla for me, I have earned a lot of money selling puts on Tesla. Like a very good amount of income on a very small investment. And I've made close to 30 to 50% returns annually. Because sometimes I sell some lower delta puts, which pay you less premium. All right, guys, so we're continuing down here. No IFEG formed. I'm going to get rid of this box. No equal highs are forming, but there's lots of LRLR. So the next thing that you guys could look for is in this macro time at 1050. I don't think anything is going to happen until then. So anyways, guys, I'm going to head back into the Discord. If you guys want to join, there is a 3-day trial if you want to come and check it out. But if I see a setup, I will probably post it on X. I'll post it in the Discord, obviously. But what I'm expecting is some kind of a setup up to this 5-minute internal high. And I think we'll probably get it around 1050. Until then, we're probably going to chop around, but let's see what happens. I'm not going to stick around for this whole move, but I wish you guys the best. Cores, I followed you on X, bro, so I'm looking forward to staying in touch with you. But I wish you guys the best.